Hello. Been a little bit of a while since my last video because there's not been much to report. But I thought I'd do this one today. I wanted to do it yesterday as I had a visit to the hospital for my 3 monthly checkup. But I got completely wiped out yesterday. Didn't get home till, well, I say late, 7 o'clock, 7:30 or something like that. Which, when you consider, it's a 3 o'clock appointment and it was only a short appointment, it was just, and I don't do well in long travelling, like stuck in an ambulance for 2.5 hours. Transport ambulance, not a emergency ambulance. Let's just get that straight. I suffered travel sickness since I was a kid, so I was proper drained yesterday, and I got God of Wok. Yeah, it was a Chinese game. It was a knockoff. God of Wok, and you play. I can't even think of any jokes anyway. This little Chinese version of Kratos running around and killing people and making noodles. But yeah, God of War Ragnarok. You can see why. I was even too trained to do that, and it took forever to install anyway. Seeing as Every, or Hermes as they used to be called, took so bloody long to deliver it. I was hoping to install it all before I went to the hospital and then get home and obviously just get straight on the plan, but instead I'm sitting there for ages installing the bloody thing. So anyway, yeah, so I was kind of wanting to do this yesterday, but I'll do it today instead. So why am I doing this one when I haven't had much to say? Well, let's see how we're getting on. Now, as you can see, I am full of hair. Started growing it back, I think, in the last video, but you can see I really have gone. And as warned by a lot of people, post chemo hair. Now, last time I had it, my hair pretty much went white blonde. This time the beard's still white, and I think that's it. I think it's done now. Apart from the chin I used to have, I think the whole beard's white forever now, which I like. But yeah, this time it grew back, and it's grown back like they warned me. It's grown back the right colour, but it's grown back curly. So it's incredibly hard to control. I've even put gel in it, and it just doesn't want to play ball. It just I can't work. I've never really watched it. It's kind of like, is it Bevis or Butthead? I can't remember which one it is, but it's kind of, the hair's kind of like that. Oh, my wallpaper just changed, and it's brighter than the one that was on there before, so it's just lit up my face. Oh dear. Right, so yeah, so Bevis or Butthead, whichever one it is, that's who I kind of look at with his hair at the moment. But I can't complain, it's grown back. 51 years old and still got a full head of hair. Yeah, as much as it's ginger, and I've got food in my fucking mouth. What's that on my mouth? Oh dear. Shows you I didn't check myself before I got on screen. Oh, is it blood or food? I don't know. Probably food. Yeah. Anyway, so as I say, I went to hospital yesterday. It was a free monthly checkup where I go up there and they just ask how I am, feel of a hand on bits of my body, and make sure there's no lumps, bumps, or anything, there's swellings and all that sort of stuff, and it was all clear. So last time I went, they pretty much said you're all clear from the cancer as far as we can see, but the last 2 MRIs I had a shadow on the back of my brain. I may have mentioned it in the previous video. The last time I went, they said the second MRI that there was still a shadow there, but it had reduced in size. But she's not a specialist on MRIs, so she wanted to speak to the MRI people and get their opinion on whether it's something to worry about or not. So I went and got asked all the usual questions. What, how's your health, what's this, that and the other, and it's like, said the usual. Still suffering from a lot of fatigue, getting tired really easy. Like I said, this was a perfect example about how it wiped me out, just going up to the hospital in a transport, spending time in there. It's literally, I was absolutely shattered, and it wasn't really what you'd call hard work. So anyway, yeah, so I told her about that. I told her I still got issues with my bowels, not suffering from, in the prior I was suffering from going from one side to the other, either constipation or diarrhea. Not getting that anymore, thankfully, but it's still not quite normal in that I do have to, I could be sitting here now and suddenly I'll go, oof, I've got to go. It's normal. It's all normal. As I say, the chemo messes with your gut and your bowels and all sorts of stuff, and it takes a while for something to settle down. Some of the things may never settle down quite right. It's swings and roundabouts. What would I rather have? Cancer in my head, or having to run out and have a poo every now and then? I know, I enjoy a good poo, so I'd rather have that. But anyway, regardless of that and all this waffle, so she said, "Oh, that's good, all good." And so I said, "Okay, so what about this shadow?" And she went, "What do you mean, shadow?" And I'm thinking, well, obviously these doctors, I'm not the only patient they deal with, and she hasn't seen me in 3 months as well, you know what I'm saying? So you can't necessarily expect them to remember every single thing. So she went, "That's no problem, let me have a look on the computer," and has a look, and she went, yeah, I remember that. She went, "Yeah, I spoke to the MRI specialists, and they said it's just scarring on the brain, which is what you would expect. As I said, the lymph nodes, lymphocytes, whatever they're called, were pressing on the brain, and that was what was causing me to go into strange worlds and multiple personalities and all, memory loss and all that stuff, and seizures and all that was caused by this. So of course it's caused a bit of damage to that brain, and that would go, so she said a scar in there, and that would go in hand with what I was saying to her. The only lasting effects I think I've got, and I think these are permanent, is my memory is still not quite, I don't think it ever will be. It's not as sharp as it was. My brain is like, anyone who knows me, it's like an encyclopedia of useless information. Especially when it comes to music and films and stuff like that, I can pull out all sorts of random facts that most people don't give a damn about. But I now struggle a little bit sometimes. I'll be talking about a film, or I can't remember the name of the film, or I can't remember, that actor. It could be somebody like bloody Ryan Reynolds or Tom Cruise, or I'm never going to forget Charlize Theron. Believe me, I'll never forget her. But it doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of small actor. We're not talking about, what was his name? That guy. Everyone does that. He's in that film. You always see him. I'm talking about some of the big name actors, and I can sometimes forget that. And the other thing is, obviously one of the big things I had was lack of balance when I was in the really worst stages of it, where I couldn't walk properly without falling over and tripping over and stuff like that. I'm okay on my feet now, but I think I'm more easily prone to falling over and losing my balance, so maybe I'm a little bit, almost like vertigo or something. Well, vertigo's heights, isn't it? Well, I can't remember. Just there's your dizziness and stuff like that, and I think I'm a little bit more prone to it now. But these are all things I can live with easily. Nothing serious. So then she said scarring and that. I went, okay, cool. So I went, so does that mean that I'm finally in remission then? And she went, yes. So there we go. I am now officially in remission. I'm not finished with the hospitals. I still have my 3 monthly checkups. You know, and I will, in many respects, when you never, once you've had cancer, you're never fully finished with hospitals. You'll have to go back for regular checkups. You know, when I say regular, it might be yearly, 6 monthly, 3 monthly, whatever. You know, you're going to have that all the time, because if it comes back, they want to catch it as soon as possible. But by the same token, now I know the symptoms I suffered with prior to it being diagnosed. I know if I start seeing any signs of that, I can get straight to the hospital and say, I think it's coming back. So hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't. But you know, this is all prevention now. This is all. It starts coming back, we're on top of it straight away. So there's also the heart issue. I've got, however long ago it was, last went to about 2 or 3 months ago, whatever it was. I've got to see them again in a year's time from that last date, so I've got that to look forward to. I've got another appointment with the neurologist, but that'll just be a phone interview. So just to make it, because they're weaning me off of the seizure medications and stuff like that. We don't think I'll have any more seizures, but they're not going to just take me off cold turkey. So I've got another neurologist appointment coming up. Still got some issues with the shoulder. This is nothing to do with the cancer. I was diagnosed with a frozen shoulder. It's not painful all the time. It aches a bit every now and then. And that's about as much as I can. I mean, if you look at I can do that, that's pretty much all I can do with this arm. So, and I'm not going to do that too often, obviously. So yeah, what else we're looking at. So, plan is hopefully to start doing part-time work again next year. Should have something lined up for most of the year, just during the racing season. Got my old 1999 or 2000 midnight. See, that's what I'm saying. I would have been able to do this straight away before. It's just 1999 or 2000. No, 1999 it'd be. 1999 Minardi. Original pit crew shirt. So you know, this is where the sort of stuff I'll be working with, the general merchandise and that down at very famous racetrack Brands Hatch. So just doing a couple of days a week, so should still be able to get some of the benefits and stuff. Ease myself back into the working environment. Not going to throw myself back in and start doing heavy lifting because my body's not ready for that. I need more exercise, when I've been trying to get more exercise by going out, rather than just walking to the shop over the road, walking a bit further up to a bigger shop that's got more choice anyway, but it gives me that exercise of walking backwards and forwards, which when you consider how many months the only time I left the house was to either go over to the shops or to get an ambulance to go to the hospital. So you know, doing that walking, it's all baby steps, and then with the shoulder as well. I don't want to be doing a job when I'm heavy lifting and things like that. And as I said, with the fatigue, you know, you don't want something that's going to really drain on you. So yeah, we've got that to look forward to. You know, it's as I say, but until then, I've got me God of War Ragnarok and Modern Warfare 2, Gran Turismo 7, and then a whole massive catalogue of games that on the PlayStation Plus service. So I might need to buy anything else for a long while. Not that I can afford much else, but yeah, I mean, it's yeah, but that's the best news I could have had. Probably not going to do much more in the way of update videos on this unless something goes wrong, so hopefully I won't have to do any more update videos. But yeah, I want to try and get this channel with a bit more gaming stuff on it, like I've done in the past. That's what it was originally supposed to be for, gaming footage, like the Gran Turismo and stuff like that. A bit of Modern Warfare on there, whatever. But also, I might try and expand it a bit more, do a bit more face to camera stuff, just maybe talking about movies, music, whatever. Who knows, maybe I can pull a few of my connections and get myself an interview with somebody from a band of some description. You never know, some of them might be willing to talk to an old man like me. But and that's it. So not really much else to say. Been a bit of a waffle, I know, but yeah, there we go. All good. So that's just over a year and a half worth of being ill and sick and general hospital treatments and stuff like that, and now I'm in this point where I'm going to think, well, where are we going next? As I said, getting back to work, so obviously one of the critical ones. Getting out to a few gigs will do, but prices at the moment of everything is making a lot of that sort of stuff difficult. And of course you got strikes from buses and trains, and so yeah, we're not in the greatest situation at the moment. I'm not going to get political on here, that's for certain, because I'll be here all day. But yeah, so if you did watch this, thanks very much. If you didn't watch it, fuck you, because I can say that because you're not watching it and you don't know. Anyway, see you later.